Hello friends and welcome back to my channel. My name is Caitlin from Florals.com and today I'm happy to be guest designing for the Scrapbook Your Joy store. Be sure to also check out the Facebook group if you guys have not heard of this store. Wonderful selection. I'll have her store linked down below, and I'll also have her Facebook group linked down below so you guys can check it out. But I'm happy to be guest designing, and these are the lovely goodies that I got from the store free of charge to do these pages, and I'm really excited to be sharing some videos using these things. And if you guys don't know, I have never worked with Coco Vanilla Studio before, so I'm really excited to have their latest collection, Unforgettable, here. And we're going to do a flip through of the papers really quick. Don't worry, you'll see all these things because I do end up using pretty much all of them on the page for today. And as per always, in terms of my How to Kill a Kit with Style focus for the month, this will be a multi-photo page spread. And I'm also using new things, which is part of my kit this month. So here I'm going to start stacking the paper so you guys can kind of see how they go together. And you get 2 of each, which I think is like mind-blowing in terms of a kit. I feel like a lot of kits don't do that. But this paper is amazing, guys. Again, I've never worked with Coco Vanilla Studio before. Love their products. I'm definitely going to be looking into asking for some for Christmas because they are an Australia brand. They're a little bit more expensive to get here on this side of the water, but I really love this collection. I think these colors are spot on for my taste. I really love those peachy pinks. The brighter pinks, not so much, but the peachy pinks are definitely on brand, as well as this teal color. And the watercolor, I love those as well. And I'm excited to be using some of those today for this project. Leave your comment down below with which paper is your favorite. I'll show you them all again here at the end. But I just loved all of them. I still can't get over it. And let me know if you guys have this collection. You can check it out at her store if you guys are interested in picking it all up while it's still available. So for today's video, I have 4 photos of me and my boyfriend. These are from a trip we took to Canada. I basically did a selfie session. We were on the Lake Ontario, and it was so beautiful. And I thought the lighting looked good. I thought my hair looked good. So I took a bunch of photos with him, and I'm going to be scrapbooking those in a grid style today. Just really simple. Now, since these are almost 4x6, I decided to cut them down a little bit more so I can do a nice mat of another pattern paper alongside those. So I cut off a 1/4 inch on the same side on all of them. So on his side, there was more room than on my side of the photo. So I cut that 1/4 inch off the same side. That way the photos still look a little bit balanced because they're all taken at the same time. And I'm going to put them like this. So they're just going to be pretty much spot on. Now I'm going to measure to see how big my mat should be. Now this ends up being about 8 by 10. So that's approximately what I want my mat to be since these are just under 8 by 10. Now I end up going for this gradient background, which is kind of watercolor-esque, but it goes from a peachy orange to a magenta color, like absolutely beautiful. These magentas you don't see in all the collections, that are on the market. So it's really nice to see these unique color schemes, and the products are so detailed. As you guys saw, we have flare, we have bows and tassels, we have stickers, we have die cuts, we have enamel dots. I was blown away by how big this collection was. I know a lot of companies are doing various things for collections, but flare is one of my favorite things, and I really like the idea of bows and tassels. I don't get to work with things like that very often, so I was really excited to get something like that to work with. So here I dumped out the die cuts because this is my first time looking at them when I made this page. I saw this little camera and these arrows, and I had to pull them out immediately. I loved that camera that brought in that bright magenta color on top of the photos. And since this is a very photo heavy layout, we want to make sure that we're not over embellishing so the photos get lost or covered up. And you could definitely do that with these beautiful die cuts because there are so many in this set. And they're so gorgeous, and they really range in size, which I really appreciate. There's a lot of small ones, and there's a lot of large ones, and some medium ones too. I thought about matting my entire page on that blue diagonal stripe, but I decided against it. I really like this floral pattern background with the pops of variant color. Instead, I visit this pocket page cut apart sheet, and the other side is a phrase sheet, so you guys can use that for a whole background if you wanted. But I decided to pull out this gray pocket square, and I guess it's not a square, this pocket page card, and I put that underneath the right hand side to sort of give my spot for a title or for journaling or just a cluster. I hadn't really decided. And then I pulled this flare that says "Love This" for some more contrast. It's a deep black, maybe not even black, maybe a dark gray, and I really loved that. Gray is one of my favorite colors, so to see it in a collection is beautiful. And then I also pull out one of the tassels because I thought it'd be so cute to have that kind of texture on here. And there's a lot of white in the photos. I don't know if you guys can tell, but since it was so bright outside, the background, even the trees, they're pretty washed out, so that really makes the focus easily on us, which also made it easy to use any collection I wanted for these photos. Even though we're both wearing blue, it doesn't compete with the pinks that I'm using on this layout because of how balanced the photos are color-wise and contrast-wise. The blue almost reads as a black because of that, so that's really nice to have that option. So I pull out the title piece there that says Love You, and I'm also going to revisit that foam sticker sheet to get some more hearts off of it. But before we go too far, I need to glue everything down because sometimes I get deep down the embellishment rabbit hole and then I forgot that I haven't glued anything down yet, so I start gluing down my pictures, and this used a little bit more adjusting than I probably should have. If I pulled out my T-square, it would have been a little bit better, but I have to shimmy those around a little bit to get an even frame around the entire thing. But luckily, since I cut them all to the same size so they fit nicely together, that wasn't a problem at all. So you can see those, they stack together nicely right on top of that mat, and now we can glue that mat down. But we don't want to forget the pocket page cards. Sometimes I do that where I glue everything down and I forget one thing. And I'm already embellishing again instead of gluing things down. But here I'm going to start gluing things down, and I'm just using my ATG gun with my tape adhesive in it. That's my preferred use of adhesive. And if you guys are new to my channel, this whole month I'm participating in How to Kill a Kit with Style, and I do it pretty much every month so far since it started. And this month I'm focusing using on new products on multi-photo layouts. So this one is a 4-photo layout with some beautiful new Cocoa Vanilla Studio goodies. I'm just trying to work through some new stuff that I haven't touched that I should be, you know, just using all the things I can. So this was really, really fun. And you can see my cluster coming back together the way it was before I peeled everything up to glue it down. And I'm still in love with this bottom right cluster. I don't know if it's just because we read naturally left to right, but when I do diagonals, you know, focusing on something in the top left and something in the bottom right, that's just generally what I do. It's usually not bottom left, top right. I don't know what it is, but I really like weight in the bottom right of my pages. And here I pull out a piece, a little like ephemera camera sticker off of that 6x12 sticker sheet. And there's also beautifully sized phrase stickers on there. They're not too small. I know sometimes they're way too small to be able to even read what they are, but these ones are a bigger size, which I also like. So as I glue everything down, I'm trying to figure out how to glue down this little tassel. What I end up deciding to do is just using my ATG gun. I put a strip of adhesive down and then really hold that tassel down for a bit to see if that would help hold it in place. Here's hoping that works very well. I pull out another phrase sticker, the blue one there, that is going to pair with that camera for a little cluster in the top left, and I also put a die cut in the bottom left because I thought it'd be nice to have an arrow that sort of directs you to the title and where the journaling will probably go over there. So with that, this layout is almost complete. We do need some final touches though. I thought I might use one of these bows, but I end up deciding against it because I have enough texture as it is with that beautiful tassel piece, which is like a tissue paper tassel, not like a fabric tassel. So then I go to the clear sticker sheets, and I know a lot of people struggle with these, and a lot of people just put them on white cardstock, but I end up using some of the wonderful watercolor pieces, and I thought these would look great for like a mixed media touch without having to do any mixed media. So I pull out one of the blue watercolor circles, put that under my camera, and you'll see that in the close-ups. And then I also pull out a pink watercolor sticker here. You'll see the strip that I pull. It's just a beautiful magenta pink, and I layer that, and it looks like I did watercolor on this page, and let me tell you, I didn't pick up a single water piece or brush, so I think it's fun to add that kind of style without having to do much work for it. I also pull out a couple of these tiny watercolor hearts off these clear stickers. I don't know why, but I really love clear stickers lately. I think they're great accents without adding too much, you know, whiteness to a layout, because most stickers have white backgrounds. So if you're looking for color without a lot of, you know, dimension or contrast, I think these are a great choice. I pull out a couple to put with that foam heart, and then one for the phrases at the bottom of the title. And of course, the finishing touch needs to be these adorable enamel dots. I really like how the largest size isn't too large, and I also love how they're not that tall. A lot of enamel dots are really tall. These ones are relatively flat, which I enjoy, and I like the colors match the collection so beautifully. We have the teal, we have the white, we have the dark gray charcoal color, and then we have the pinks and magenta colors. So I really love how those turned out, and I used a bunch of those in my clusters to really pull it all together. So without further ado, here is what the close-up of the layout looks like. I'm really happy with how it turned out, and I'm really happy that I get to guest design for Scrapbook Your Joy. And if you guys have not checked out the store yet, I'll have it linked down below so you guys can check it out. And be sure to check out the wonderful Cocoa Vanilla Studio products that I've used today. They are absolutely gorgeous, and I'm definitely going to be working with this brand again soon. But thank you guys so much for watching, and stay tuned for another video using this collection later this month. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye!